We're here today, Arthur and Park are here with Gary at the Letterkenny Youth Family Service in Letterkenny, up at the top of New Line Road. Gary, thank you very much for having us here today. Tell us a little bit about what you do here.
Yeah, thanks very much, Chris, and thanks to the guys, for coming along today and supporting, the families who we feel, are most in need, and particularly the families who we engage with, who are on the autism spectrum and have a range of, I suppose, sensory needs as well. Letterkenny Youth and Family Service has been operating in the town for about 17 years now, and we work with a range of families and young people and supporting them in how they see their futures being and how their lives are, So I think the important thing for us is that we meet the families where they're at. We don't have any expectations about where they should get to either. And that's really important to us, that we don't set the bar too high, and to feel that, for some families, to get up in the morning and get the kids out to school is a success, as opposed to achieving a third level kind of degree or anything more. So that's where we're at. So we're a community-based organisation, we're supported by a great group of volunteers, some of the guys you met today. And without the volunteers, I must say, we would be nothing. We'd be nothing, because I'm a paid member of staff, and I'm very fortunate to be a paid member of staff, and we're funded by TUSLA for our staffing, and we also get kind of a cocktail of funding, from like Pubble, Donegal County Council, DLDC and stuff there. So we'll make up, as we go along for certain projects and programmes that we run. We do a range of projects and programmes, from kids right up to older adults. In fact, we have a very successful walking group, both on a Monday and a Friday here, and for a bit of PR it's on from 11 to 1, so if anybody wants to come along. And what that does, we call it a walking group, but it's more of a talking group.
Yeah, we heard about this earlier.
Yeah, you heard about this earlier. So the guys come in here, from 11 to 1, they do about 30 minutes walk, and then they have tea and scones, and sometimes a bit of bacon and stuff. But it's been, somebody has said it to us, it's been a lifesaver for them. Yeah. There's a chap who comes in here and he's up in his 80s, and a great guy, and he's well with it, he's quick and he's sharp, and he's great within the group, and he lost his wife and he was isolated in his home, which isn't far from here, but he's not within a residential setting, so he's a wee bit out in the rural setting, and he comes in and he's actually, his daughter who doesn't live with him says, only for it. It's something he looks forward to. Do you know, and like, that's great. And we don't appreciate sometimes what we're doing.
That's right. No.
We just do it.
Yeah. No.
And you think that's great. And how hard is it? We turn the key, at 11 o'clock. They come in for a couple of, look after themselves. They clean up the dishes, which is great as well. So they do that themselves. Yeah. But we're like that there, and the people who've come through that, who've then kind of, I suppose, filtered into different programmes and groups that we run as well. And that wee bit of kind of advocacy support in terms of the chap there who's, unfortunately was made homeless before Christmas, and we managed to work, with Smithson DePaul and get him a roof over his head for Christmas Day. Do you know? And that's funny enough, that's the second time that's happened. And since we've been here, and we've been based in this building for the last 4 years, so just to be here and be present for families sometimes, is enough to kind of get that conversation started. Very much we build, I suppose, our reputation on the relationship we have with families and being supportive of the families, because it's key. We don't sell anything here. We're not judged on how good is our goods. It's about how we do. Do you know? And that's always stood in good stead, and it's something we can stand over, and I can sleep in my bed at night. Do you know, while I have a salary coming in the door. I can sleep a bit at night and say, we've done well. We've done well. We've supported the families or the individuals who's needed it, and that's the key for me. So it becomes, like, as my wife would say, if we won the lottery, you wouldn't give up your work. And I probably would. I've said I would, just to keep her happy, because I don't think we'll ever win it. But but like that, there, I don't think you don't do this job. As I said before, you don't do it.
Grace Ann, we've known this guy for 20 minutes, and what I deduce from this is, okay, he talks very fast, but he works very fast, and he fits an awful lot into a day. And like, we've seen him out there with the staff and the kids, and there's a lot of love out there, and a lot of respect for you, and they're all really well mannered, and they're just having a ball, and it's obvious they just love coming here, and they're getting a lot from this centre. And I just think it's a great, we're delighted to be able to support it in a very small way. But you should be getting more funding, because this this is community at its best. It's fantastic. It really is lovely, and what a great man to have at the wheel. You know, it's super.
Well, you know yourself, as my wife says, you know, behind every great man there's a great woman. But you know,
she's here too.
She's here too.
So she's outside the door.
She makes sure I say the right things. But no, and thanks very much for your kind words there. You know, and it's you mentioned about respect there. You know, we have to respect families where we're at. You know, make no judgments on anybody. You know, who are we? We make a judgment on anybody, you know. So respecting, and even, you know, we do work in the schools, you know, around about bullying. Yeah. And it's interesting, you know, when we ask a class of maybe 30 kids, you know, who's been bullied, and maybe you get 20 hands go up. And then you say, okay, who's a bully? And no hands go up. You know, and we talk about in that session there about how we need to help the bully. Yeah. And some kids can't see that. You know, some teachers can't see that either. No. And say, well, what's going on for the bully that they have to do this? Yeah. Let's look back. Maybe they get a tough time. Have they been bullied? You know, so there's that whole thing about the understanding of everybody's needs. Okay. And you know, say, well, how, you know, what can we do? And sometimes we pick up the phone, make a phone call for somebody, and we never see them again, and that's okay. Yeah. You know, but they know we're always here. There was a wee chap actually came in. We have a group on a Tuesday morning. It's we call it That's My Chance group. Yeah. And it's a group of young men between ages 16 and 25 who've had difficulty with alcohol and drugs. Certainly there's aggressive or violent behaviour, you know, involved with the Gardaí and stuff, and mental health issues. And we have this group, you know, a group who themselves admitted will say they've either been rejected or ejected from other things. Yeah. And a young man came in there, and he was waiting up at the front when I came through for the back, and I nodded to him and said, how are you doing? And it's funny, you know, as Glaswegians or Scottish people, we've got a great get out clause. We don't necessarily need to remember everybody's name. Yes. It's like, yes, wee man, how are you doing? Or it would be, or pal, or I don't, the smaller you become, the more grandeur you come. Yes, big man. The bigger you come, you know. Used to guys would be tiny. Do you know that kind of way? But like that there. The long time ago. Long time ago. But like that there, this guy was facing me, and had a baseball cap on. Yeah, how you doing, me man? I said, do you want a cup of tea? And it's funny. I don't know if you were offered a cup of tea when you came in. Well, that's okay, because that's the first thing we do. Yeah. It's the first for anybody. If it's a big kid, adult, whatever. Do you want a cup of tea? Because it's a great opener.
It is, of course, yeah.
It's a great one, because what it does is, even when the kettle's boiling, you say, so how's life treating you? What's going on for you? You know, as opposed to, well, I'm here because, you know, domestic violence, I'm here because, you know, I'm unemployed. No, and it's a great opener. So like this, your cup of tea went, and he came up, and he came up close. I mean, I was starting to recognise him, but I couldn't quite pick him out. And he said to me, you don't know who I am. And I said, I do know you. He goes, oh, you know me all right. I hadn't seen this boy for 11 years. Yes. 11 years. It was in the youth project when we were based in Glenwood Park at the time. And there'd been a few different activities and stuff with us. And he walked back in that door because he'd met somebody up at the shop. Yeah. And he said, oh, blah, blah. And he was going through a few things in his life. And he says, do you know who's there? Gary's down there. Or locally known as Scotch. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I don't know why. And I don't drink this stuff, so I don't know where it's coming from. But, and he walked back in, he says, I need a wee bit of help with something. I said, no bother. Yeah,
that's a big step
and
for
that
him
was
to take as well.
Huge step. You know, and it's been great because for him, it's been fantastic. He's now involved with the HSC Progressing Mental Health Services and helping them change the way the service is. And he just recently, actually only last month, he was taken to Dublin to do a big PR piece for HSC, and he's going to have his face in a big billboard. And the HSC is going to be launched in Dublin. With the minister and stuff will be there, and I'm gushing about this, you know. And he's going, and he was on Highland Radio, and it was the first time he ever spoke about the difficulties he had. Yeah, brilliant. Do you know? And he said to me when we come back down the car, I was like, "How do you feel now, man? What's the story now?" He's like, "He says, just feel like a weight's been lifted off me." Yeah. He said, "Just got out and told my story," and he's got great insight, and he's great, and he's been working with us, you know, with different wee groups as well, about people who are kind of on a slippery slope, and he's just coming in and he's telling he said himself, I don't know nothing, only what I know about myself, and I'm like, that's enough.
Yeah, we need to bring Gavin up here.
Yeah.
Well, one of the cyclists, a guy called Gavin Harris,
Right.
and he's got a problem with the bottle as well. He's always in bother with the garage. And,
Right.
you know, it's just, this is the place to get him finally sorted
Well, no
out.
bother at all.
Yeah.
I'll tell him to bring
Gary.
his bike up.
Yeah,
Gary,
he's
I
going to
have-
stand up to his missus, though. That's the one he's really.
That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
I can't do that. I've tried that. That's one thing we don't- If there's not a folder up there that says we can't do it.
Arthur, I have to say, Parg was right. There's a lot of passion and love in here for the
Yeah,
kids
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
in this centre and the adults and the young adults that are in this centre. And Arthur, listen, you didn't probably, like myself, I didn't know, or Parg, that the centre was here
Yeah.
until you contacted the foundation,
We don't,
Gary.
yeah. Well,
So-
we don't go and shout about it, you know. And it's funny, and I'll tell you a quick story. Believe it or not, we were working up in a housing estate, and we were working with a group of kids that the council had asked us. You know, these group of kids are finding it difficult. There was no facilities for them, you know. So we went up and did a week-long activities. We did games in the estate. We did a clean up and stuff. We get the parents involved, treasure hunt, all that kind of stuff there. And the council said to us, "Look, we're going to put a wee bit in the paper about this." I said, "Right, no bother at all." So came got the kids standing in the photograph, blah blah. I was happy the council had done it. The parents had all signed permission forms that the kids could be involved in it and in the photograph. The council then put it in the newspaper and it says, like a youth and family service, up in this estate, working with disadvantaged children. Right? Now I read it and went, oh yeah, that's all true. I went back up to the estate about 2 weeks later because we were trying to kind of get the resident association up and active. And a parent kind of called me and said, he goes, I seen it. I said, oh, I seen the bit. He goes, did you see the bit in the paper? Did you see the wee man and the video on it? Yeah. He says, wasn't he happy about the wording? I says, huh? He said my kids are disadvantaged. And I was like, wow. Do you know, I thought, you know, we think we know the stuff. We think we know the stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, you're right, mate.
Yes.
So we don't go shouting about stuff.
No.
About what we do and who we help
That's
and
good.
who we support.
Yeah.
Because that's not why we're in it. And
No.
I suppose that's why we don't fall in favour with
Yeah.
our local representatives.
Yeah.
Because we don't get them up pressing the flesh.
Yeah.
Come and, you know, we've
Yeah.
got the Donegal Isle coming up. Why don't you come up and get your picture taken as well?
Yeah.
Coming up to elections in May. Not interested.
Yeah.
That's not why we do this work.
Yeah.
You know, there is other organisations who do that and it's fine and it works well for them, but it's not why we do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, thank you for inviting us today,
Yes.
Gary,
So
and I
thanks for
hope
coming and
Arthur,
talking
you
about
got to see what the foundation
Yeah,
in
it's
the
fantastic.
fundraising
And
fund.
every day, and we've done this a good few times now, Porrig. We're sort of, and we hear a lot of stories that you know, each one's slightly different.
Sure.
And we've been to a good few schools, and you know,
Good.
donated a lot. You know, people donated a lot of money to the foundation over the last 6 months, and we're the ones that get our, you know, massive boat races on the behind the camera now, and you know, press the flesh and everything. But we're the ones that see the difference that this kit can make. This
Yeah.
and it's fantastic because it would have been easy 6 months ago to just write a load of checks, say here, where you go, and we wouldn't have had half of the insight
No.
we have had. Now,
But just to
this-
meet this bubbly character
Yeah.
here, like I didn't
That's
even know
been
he was around, and the work he's
education.
doing is
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's
But
brilliant
I mean,
education.
that's good, and I think it's good that you are visiting and you
Yeah.
are seeing it, because sometimes, you know, not for yourselves, but for a lot of people, they need a wee bit of kind of ground and a wee bit
Yeah.
say, hold on, what's going
Yeah.
on out there in the
That's
real world?
right.
You know, because we
Mhm.
become insular, you know, and
Totally,
I have
totally
a
right.
house, I live in Gweedore, I don't live in Letterkenny, so
Do you
I'm,
really?
I'm, you know, I'm a step removed from here, you know, and
Yeah.
like that there, you know, you can get back and it's idyllic in the summers,
Mhm.
rubbish in the winter. But you know, like that there, you know, you need to kind of say, well, where are we at? And I'm delighted you came here, you know, and
Yeah.
when we made the application, you know, obviously, you know, the guys are coming and say, that's brilliant, because
Yeah.
we get an opportunity to do this.
That's right.
And you guys know, and then for me, it's not about Donegal Oil knowing.
No.
Well, you mentioned a chat on
That's
cycling.
right,
You
yeah.
might just know a family say, do you know what?
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
get Gary a phone.
Yeah.
Phone up to life, call up there. There might just be something that you could do. And the thing is, we don't become protective of the family in terms of, oh, we have them now.
Yeah.
If we think there's a better service or a better opportunity elsewhere, we'll pick up the phone and say, look, we've a guy here. And what we'll do, even with our social prescribing programme here, is a buddy system. So the social prescriber here who links in individuals with other community activities, they'll go with them and say, well, come on, Arthur, come on, we'll go down to the cycling club.
Yeah,
I'll take you down and meet the guys here.
Yeah.
I'll come on to the crochet club. I'll come down with you. So you're okay when
Yeah.
you cross the door.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to leave you in the hands,
Yeah.
you know. And so that's what
It has been.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
No, thank you guys. Nice one. Thanks very much for coming up. Brilliant. I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Not at
Really
all.
do, hey.
Lovely to meet you.
Thanks.